Hi there. What I'm going to say today applies to everyone, but I'm really specifically talking to teens. In the last video, I talked about a bunch of things that teens should be doing to maximize the correct growth of their bodies into young adulthood. I mentioned that they need to be training. As part of their training, they need to be doing resistance exercises. I mentioned that they need to sleep well, eat well. Now today I want to expand on the eat well part and specifically about proteins. Proteins are made of amino acids, and that there are altogether 20 amino acids that comprise all of the proteins that we consume. Out of the 20, 9 are essential, meaning that we must get out of our food, and the other 11 our bodies have the capability to make them from the 9 essential amino acids. Teens are growing a lot, and the growth requires amino acids because really amino acids are the building blocks for protein. Without the correct profile of amino acids, meaning the correct selection and the quantities and ratio among the amino acids, we could be impacting our growth. We could be not getting the maximum potential growth that our genetics are designed to give us. And so therefore, we really need to be aware of this. We need to understand it a bit more. Whether you're vegetarian, flexitarian, or non-vegetarian, you can get all the amino acids you need from your diet, all the amino acids that your body needs to do all the growing it wants. But of course, non-vegetarians have the easiest time because animal proteins, whether from meat or dairy or eggs, are called complete proteins because they have all of the 9 amino acids in the correct ratios or proportions to each other. So for non-vegetarian, it's just a matter of getting sufficient quantity of protein in their diet. And the rule of thumb for quantity is about half a gram of protein for every pound of body weight. That's really the minimum. If you're a very active teen, if you go to the gym, work out for a few hours a week, then you really need to up this limit from half a gram to perhaps a gram of protein. And when I say a gram of protein, I don't mean the weight of the meat or eggs. I mean the content, the protein content in the meat, because meat is not just comprised of protein, it's comprised of protein, fat, and water. And to give you an example, a 1 kilogram chicken gives you about 220 grams of protein only. The rest is fat and bones and water, and so you really need to whatever food you consume, you need to calculate roughly, it doesn't have to be scientific, roughly the kind of the amount of protein contained in it. If you eat a breast of chicken, that's about 35 grams. If you drink a liter of milk, that's about 35 grams of protein. Now, vegetarians and flexitarians really need to exercise a bit more caution because a lot of vegetarian sources of protein are not complete proteins, meaning that they might have some of the 9 essential amino acids, but not all of them. These people need to be looking, they need to Google the foods that they consume and to understand how much of each of the amino acids is contained. Understand, I'm not trying to make it sound like more difficult to be a vegetarian or that being vegetarian is a problem. It's not at all. It's just you need to be more aware. You need to understand, if you focus on legumes, if you focus on buckwheat, things like these that have a broader selection of the essential amino acids and higher quantities of these amino acids, you're going to be in good shape. But if you're vegetarian and your food is mainly pizza and bread and pasta, that's not good because these don't have what you need. You really need to be having a much wider selection of foods, of protein foods. So going back to quantities that you need, the bare minimum is, like I said, half a gram per pound of body weight. So if you're if you weigh 120 pounds, then you really need to be consuming 60 grams of protein every day, every 24 hours. You know, as a bare minimum. If you're really active, you go to the gym and you run and you play sports and stuff like that, and you're having all these tests and your brain is working hard, then you need more. You probably need to double it to 120 grams. 120 grams translate to probably a couple of eggs in the morning. Eggs are amazing. They're complete food and they're good for you and they're full of nutrition. Couple of eggs in the morning, possibly a breast of chicken or two, or a breast of chicken and a leg of chicken for lunch, and possibly another breast or leg of chicken in the evening, and you're done. You can add to that half a liter of milk a day, or some cheese, or this meal you eat at school. If they don't have protein-rich foods at school, you might want to bring something from home that has good protein to supplement your meal or to replace the cafeteria meal, because really you need protein frequently throughout the day. Some in the morning, some for a brunch or lunch, some in the afternoon, some in the evening. The more you spread your protein intake throughout the day, the better it is for you, because protein not only is necessary for growth, protein is actually anabolic. It tells your body to grow. One of the amino acids in protein, called leucine. Leucine is very anabolic. It's like a trigger for the body to go and start building proteins. So you want to have leucine throughout the day as much as you can. Again, I don't want to complicate your lives. I know you're busy, and your parents are busy, and you can't always have a perfect meal schedule. You just try. That's all we need to do, is try. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be talking to you soon, and have a great day.